Welcome back to the Realm Zone. Today, I would like to share a new tool I discovered called the Ultimate RPG Campfire Card Deck. And it's 150 cards. They're meant for character conversation starters, icebreakers. They're actually, I could see them being used in larger groups. And I think they would be really useful for new players who are entering a group. Because they're structured so everyone gets to draw a card and they get to choose someone else to ask this question about their character. And if you draw a card and it's doesn't really make sense to you or just weird, you can just draw another one. All right. So the cards come in 6 different categories. Let me just cover this here. So the first one is the cards are about your past. So your character's memories, family, their background. Then we have your present, which are your character's secrets or secret ambitions. The third category are about your companions. So who do you trust in the group or who is suspicious in the party? The fourth category are your dreams. So your character's goals, life dream. The fifth one is about your world. And if you're like me and you're into world building, then these will have to do with landmarks and cities. And then the last category here is hypotheticals or what if type of questions. Would you rather blah or blah, blah? And some of them are funny, but some of them actually get into moral dilemmas. And I will explain that in just a moment. Okay. Here we go. I got this to work this time. No, come back. Okay, so I did a solo session, and I'm just going to quickly introduce these characters here. This is the main character, Sathu. He is a lawful good cleric or priest. And his ambition, you'll have to wait because it comes up in one of the card examples. I just remembered. This other character knows him from the past, and his name is Deal, and he's a gnome thief who's starting to get old and worrying if he's ever going to be able to find success in life. And they met a completely random NPC who was a city guard, and she was supposed to be human. And I just call her NPC for now. But I did want to mention that having a neutral character in these conversation situations really did help, actually, because these guys have a history and know each other. And so it made more sense for some of these kind of deep questions to be, when you first meet someone, you might ask some of these types of questions. And just really quick, so what would happen is when they did a short rest after a fight or when they're walking, that would be an opportunity where I would grab a card, and I'll just share a couple examples. So the first card I drew, I decided to have the NPC ask this to Sathu. He's going to get most of the questions because he's the hero, the protagonist. The question is that she asked him, do you ever think about the afterlife, or what do you think about the afterlife? And then I realized that this would give me a great opportunity for Sathu to talk all about his god Vumar and all the ins and outs of the process of, there's like reincarnation, different levels and stuff. But I could basically do an information dump, and it would be, it would make sense because she's asking him this question. I was pretty excited. The next card is about your dreams. Let's see. Same thing. She asked him this question. Do you have an endpoint for your life journey? It's kind of a big question there. But it helped me because I had to answer this, just I had to really kind of think about what the answer would be. And his answer is he wants to become enlightened or achieve enlightenment, which is quite ambitious. He wants to kind of be like his teacher, who's a high-level cleric and stuff. All right. So the next one is about your past. And this one, either of these two would be asking deal here. They would say, in your family, who's the odd one out? Who's the black sheep of the family? And without getting into too much detail, he would explain that he is because, well, all of his brothers and sisters are like very successful and wealthy, and he's been stuck for quite a while and he's getting old. Okay, next card is about companions. This could be, she could ask either of them and stuff, but who in your group do you think will live the longest? Or who do you think will die first, kind of a thing. And I didn't actually go through that, but I'm sure that could spark an interesting conversation. Oh yeah, and again, this is for solo players who, want to journal or work on a short story or something. So yeah, some people who solo RPG, they might not want to really get into dialogue or maybe character development and stuff. All right. So this one is about your world. I think she's going to ask Sathu, what organization do you admire but you could never join? And that would be a great time for Sathu to explain that he wants to join the monks of the Eternal Sun, who are under Vumar and stuff, but he is not allowed because they only accept humans and elves and lizardfolk and frogfolk, gnolls and Nubians. They're not allowed in the cities at this time because of it's complicated, but there's a war, and so temporarily they're not allowing in what they call the neutral races. Last card, hypothetical. What would be the first thing you would change in your life if you suddenly became wealthy? And it would make sense, maybe she would ask Deal because he hasn't found success. He has this grand plan that he wants to achieve. All right. So hold on a sec. Oh, yeah. So I am going to kind of wrap things up here. I was going to mention too that some of these cards actually can generate new quest lines if you wanted to. They'll talk about your character could talk about a family member that needs to be rescued, or so there's a lot of possibilities actually. And I'm going to share with you guys, I'll put this in the description below, just a little D6 table you could use to have these little conversations if you wanted to have a random conversation and see where it goes to develop your character. So to conclude, I think these cards really enhance the storytelling. They help with the character immersion, and yeah, they're creative. Yeah, there's improvisation, thinking on your toes, on your feet. So yeah, if any of you guys want to try these, just let me know in the comments if something happened, if it was interesting. And I just briefly want to mention, where is it? Here we are. I will leave this also in the notes in the description. I used these two blog posts that were excellent as a source. There's another one here. And that takes us to the end. Hopefully you got some ideas. I was surprised that these cards worked as well as they did. I will see you guys next time. Yeah.